Listen, are you guys struggling to have the aesthetic back that every girl wants? It's because you're not doing these 5 steps. Listen, the honest truth is no girl wants a guy with a bunch of back rolls that's struggling to pick them up. Hey, so listen, man, make sure you stay to the end and receive all 5 tips, as the 5th tip is the most important tip to really help get that aesthetic back. And then after that, I'm going inside the gym with my bodybuilding friend, J Bull, and we're going to really show you guys how to have that aesthetic physique. So let's get straight into it. Listen, so the first thing here, you really want to make sure that you're activating those lat muscles. So stop hammering away at the lat pull down machine trying to grow your back. The lats are a hard muscle to activate, so you really want to make sure that you have a great mind to muscle connection whenever you're in the gym working your back. Mind to muscle connection is very important because you don't want your traps and biceps taking over any of your back exercise movements. There are several studies that show it's very important to have a mind to muscle connection to increase muscle growth in your lats. It's really important to incorporate certain techniques to really activate the lats, such as pulling the elbows into the back pocket. Think of your hands as hooks. Secondly, also using a thumbless grip, keeping most of the pressure in your pinkies. Third, during your vertical pulling movements, make sure you depress the shoulders before pulling movement, bringing your shoulders down away from your ears. So you really want to make sure that you're targeting the upper and lower traps whenever you're hitting back. A lot of you guys are only focused on the upper lats, which is leaving a lot of gains on the table. Anatomical studies show that lats are compressed of an upper and lower region. Therefore, you need to target both upper and lower regions whenever you're training. The upper region of your back runs perpendicular. For this, you want shoulder abduction, including exercises such as wide grip pull-up and lat pull-downs. The lower region of your lats runs vertical to your body. So exercises involving extension of the shoulders are what you want to hit for that. So these can be exercises such as chin-ups and close grip rows. How often are you guys training your back muscles a week? So you really want to make sure that you're allocating more time to whichever one of the upper or lower region part of your lats that need more attention. So typically whenever I train my back, I only train back once a week. That's been very efficient for me. I just make sure that on that one training a week, I really make sure the volume is really high. I kind of go with like a bro split when it comes to that day. So I'm doing everything from maybe like 5 to 6 sets, and I'm shooting for 10 to 12 reps, or at least taking everything till failure. So that is what I highly recommend if you want to grow your back, training it either 1 to 2 times a week. Now, some of you guys are doing the proper movements, but you need to adjust your rowing techniques so that way you can hit more of the lats. Rowing exercises can hit the lats just as effective as pull-ups. According to studies, many rowing movements target the lat activations just as effective as pull-ups or even lat pull-downs. For example, with seated rows, if you angle your elbows out and you focus on squeezing your shoulder blades, traps, and rhomboids, you're not going to really target your lats. However, if you tuck your elbows tight side by side during your row movements, you pull lower on your lower back, and you focus on pulling elbows down and back, lats will be more engaged during this exercise and you'll feel much more of a stimulus. Guys, an easy tip that you can do is incorporating a heavy deadlift. By increasing your deadlift, that's going to help increase your back. A lot of people don't incorporate deadlifts, but I think it's a great compound movement because it hits that whole posterior chain. It hits your glutes, your hamstrings, and your calves along with your back. You just need to focus on these target areas whenever you're doing your deadlift. But you need to make sure your form is proper to avoid injuries. Pull the bar into your shins. Then think about performing a straight arm pull down to engage your lats. To maintain this lat movement, think about pointing your elbows back behind your body or even squeezing your lats the entire time. And to help focus on your form, you can also use a band to help add resistance so you're keeping that tension on your lats. But by doing deadlifts at least 1 to 2 times a week, that's going to really help grow your lats. Now, I think 1 to 2 times, that can be a lot of volume, so I just recommend doing it once a week and going heavy, and you will notice a more aesthetic, wider back as soon as you start to incorporate that. So I think by incorporating it once a week, that's sufficient enough, and you'll notice a huge difference in your back as it'll appear more aesthetic, and women will even notice that. You'll see a lot of bodybuilders, even my boy J Bull, you'll see if you look at his back, he's able to have a lot more girth on his back from implementing these exercises. This is something that I really caught on to later, guys. You really want to make sure that you're in a calorie surplus. A lot of you guys are not eating enough calories and you're not consuming enough protein. Your protein needs to be on point. You want to make sure you're consuming at least 1 to 1.2 grams of protein. That's going to increase your size. That's going to increase your back width. It may add some body fat, but that's why when you're doing this, you want to make sure that you're increasing your deadlifts, you're increasing the weight on your lat pull downs, so you're increasing that muscle size. You do not want to increase your calories if you're not doing a progressive overload in the gym. And also something else that helps me stay on my calories and make makes it enjoyable is my Legion supplements. So I highly recommend checking out my Legion supplements. They have whey protein and they have these protein cookie bars. And these supplements help me stay on track because by me consuming these healthy, nutritious foods that I enjoy to eat, that allowed me to stick to my diet so I don't have to run to fast food restaurants to consume unhealthy food, because we want to grow that back and we want it to get wide, but we don't want to get that back fat. So we really want to make sure we're doing a lean bulk. So that's why it's important to fuel your body. So make sure you guys check out that link in the description below. You'll get 20% off all supplements if you use the code word CHIEF. So listen guys, we're actually going to go into the gym. We got a crazy back workout with a bodybuilder who's going to show you guys how to really build that amazing physique. Let's get into it. Yes sir, so I always prefer to start my back days off with pull-ups. It's a great way to get your lats engaged.
I'm about to do my bodybuilding show this Saturday, so I'm just getting one last workout in with Ebo. What we started off today with some pull-ups just to get some blood flow started. Then we're gonna do some forms of seated rows and some lat pull-downs to get some width and girth on the back. And stay tuned for more.
Guys, machine rolls are really great for your upper lats. That's gonna have your back looking a lot full and meaty. I really love these because you can load the weight up. Look at the pump on the back, guys. Really hitting all those muscles in the mid back.
So after this, what I want to do is some lat pull downs, front and behind the head, to get the scapula involved a little bit, like that little piece in your back, and to get some width on the front lat pull downs. And yeah.
Guys, so we supersetted the lat pull downs. We did 10 regular, and then after we did our 10 regular reps, then we went to the back and we did a burnout set for as many reps as possible, and we took the weight down a little bit. So guys, this is really max volume. This is gonna have your back exploding. So I highly recommend this to really hit the upper traps and really hit the upper lats, guys. This has always allowed my back to become a lot more fuller. So take notes, man, let's get it. So here you see the cable seated rolls. This is where we're hitting our mid back, trying to get really meaty. So we kept working it, guys. So this is some of our weak spots to really develop, to just have a fuller, nicer, rounder back. And then we kept the volume high with doing 5 sets of 10. Hey, listen, man, how you gonna really build that back up and build a great amount of muscle mass is really pushing yourself, lifting weights. A lot of you guys are not challenging yourself. You guys are going through the motion with the weights. You have to progressively overload, challenge yourself. I keep a note tab in my phone where I record all my weights, and each week I try to bump it up 5 pounds to make sure I'm progressing. You guys don't track your numbers, and that's why you're not getting results if you truly want to build mass. So make sure you're tracking those numbers. Let's get straight to the work. What's giving you your best muscle growth? How have you been able to really grow?
Honestly, I think it's mostly the food. Like, I'll just increase my protein intake from good, solid, hard protein sources, so beef and chicken for sure. And then for a while, I packed on size, so I'll increase my portions, and I was using a mass gainer, so I was just taking in a lot of protein, and that's what made the biggest difference. And then to lean out, I do a lot of cardio.
Alrighty, guys, and then on the back day, I know we got to hit the shrugs to finish everything off, so this was the last thing we did. Hey man, the reason why y'all small is because y'all not lifting those weights. Stop playing, get in the gym, get with somebody that's gonna push you to help get right, and keep working consistently. Locked in on your goals, and you can have a little bit of fun. I have a cookie here and there, but I get back in. I'm not doing a crazy cheat meal buffet. I'm just working at it, consistently growing, trying to put on nice, clean muscle, eating nice and clean. Let's get it. Yes, sir, man. And the back workout is complete, guys. That was that crazy work. I got to work on my boy, J Bull. You see, he's a bodybuilder. So you guys get to see how we grow that back aesthetically. And guys, just make sure you guys implement those 5 tips. Make sure you're in a calorie surplus. And also make sure you're implementing those lat activation techniques in the beginning of your workout. I typically do that the first 5 to 10 minutes of my workout to get everything started, to make sure my form's on point, because we have to avoid these injuries. Also, man, make sure you guys check out the Legion supplements. The link to that is in the description below. Make sure you check out the creatine products and the whey protein. Use the code word CHIEF and you'll get 20% off. So I highly recommend that. And guys, listen, man, I have 2 videos coming out each and every week. So make sure you guys subscribe to the page, hit that notification button, and grow with me, man. This is one of the best fitness pages out, man. So I also go live Monday through Friday, 5:30 Eastern time, Saturday at 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern time and Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So listen, guys, we locked in, man. CP Nation, we out.